Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. I can see all the stuff Tom's been saying. None of it's true. Cass made me laugh last night. I was saying, oh, I blame the G&T, and she said that's Gin and Tom, because we can blame him for everything. Don't encourage him, Ruthie. Yes, Linda. Thank you. I do love that new emoji. Checking all the
you
buckets.
Can't drink it. It's not real.
Hi, Snoppy. So no.
Yeah, it told me.
Oh. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Carol. Oh, Carol's late today for Carol.
No.
Working and lurking. Working and lurking today. Yeah, I've tried that no alcohol gin. It's quite pleasant. It's not the same though. I've also tried dropping, I think I've mentioned before, gin and tonic flavoured drops into just a tonic. And if you put lots of ice and a slice of lime or cucumber or something in it, it's actually quite pleasant, but it doesn't have that kick. Yeah,
I mean,
you just live on the North
Steps. It doesn't need to Joe a taxi, so what's the
point? Yes, I think Snoppy might as well, have a little camp bed on the naughty step. Start the game already. Yeah, sorry, Jules, it's not much. It's going to be a quick speed through. Hi, Sharon in Canada. Right, have I said hello to everyone? Okay, I'm going to do a reveal of the Bazaar.
Yes. Oh, talking of quick speed through gameplay, Shorts, you would have loved watching the Hobbit playing House Flipper.
Oh, yes.
She's very quick.
I think I was doing it a bit like it was a little to the left, and I was spending more time arranging things in neat rows with all the mugs with the handles facing the same way.
You were having fun, that's what matters.
Hey, Grumpy Pasta. That's a good name. Hello, Shirley. Sue, did I say hello to Sue? Hello, Sue. Yes, you definitely don't get the fuzzy feel, although I could probably do without the fuzzy feel, to be fair. Okay, right, hang on, brace yourselves. Hello.
Whee.
That's true, that's what you have a Twitch channel for. Yeah,
that's what you have a Twitch channel for.
Yes, I've got something funny to show you. So I have spent a couple of days, Sunday and Monday, most of Sunday and Monday, rearranging and spring cleaning my kitchen. Got rid of a few old bits, brought in some little storage solutions, had a clean, had a rearrange. Hard work, but worth it. And there was some silly little things that I'd been putting off, thinking I need a new whatever. I'll do that when I sort the kitchen out. It'll be a little treat, like oven gloves. I got a new pair of oven gloves. Some old ones were grotty. I also needed a new fish slice, what I call a fish slice, spatula, whatever you want to call it, because this one looks all right, but it does this and this, so it's not much good because you can't put any pressure on it at all.
It's okay.
So I needed
it happens to a lot of fish slices.
Yes.
It's not a big deal.
So I needed a new one, and I looked on Amazon, and they were all, I thought they were more expensive than I expected them to be. But then I found one that was like half the price of all the others. I thought, excellent, it looks just the same. I like the colour. Well, it arrived yesterday. So here's the one I'm replacing. Here's the one that arrived. I didn't even show this to Tom because I know he's going to enjoy this. I mean, it's like a dolly one. Even to me, it's like a little dolly's. No wonder
was it by any chance
half
surprisingly
the price.
cheap?
That's what I just said just now. It's half the price of all the others.
Of course it was. Because it's half the size.
I feel like such an idiot. I mean, I think it's to be useful for like going into the air fryer or something, but I seriously feel
See,
like
when you're not holding the other one up, that just looks normal with you holding it there.
It's like, it reminds me of when you get like a baking set for a child, you know, miniature. But it was still like, it was over £4. You know, I was really astonished at how expensive they were. Yes, I thought you might enjoy that, so. Oh, something else to show. Hang on. Because we've got the new stitch kit box now. Look, I have finished. Hang on. So this is the front of my jumper I think I showed last week.
Nice.
I've also done the back.
Hey, Granny Sue.
Hey, Granny Sue. I've also done the back. And...
Hey, FrizzyBee.
Hey, FrizzyBee. And the 2 arms. All done.
Hey.
So all I've got to do now...
Are they both the same length?
Yes. Yes, and width and everything. I won't have to like walk around like this. Can you remember Mum doing that? Mum used to make you these jumpers when you were kids, and they always had the neck holes were too small, and it was always itchy wool that she'd spun herself. And
maybe your head was just too big.
And wait for it. This was knitted for you when you were little boys, and like the arms would be too short, and you know, or one would be long and one would be short. And she'd say, your children have unusually large heads, or you must have really long arms, or you know, you imagine these kids with like heads like this and arms 4 feet long. No, Mum, it's not that. It's not.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackie. Yeah, I'm really pleased. So I've still got to stitch it together and then pick up the stitches around the neck hole, which I'm not very practiced with at all. So there's Christine. It must be late for you. Oh, thanks for popping in, Christine. Nice to see you. Nice. Brucey impression early this week. And same colour shorts, yes. And I've got that part ball left. I think that's probably going to be enough to do around the neck. So I've got 2 whole balls still left. So that's enough to do like a hat or a scarf or something. So yeah. And this week I'm going to be starting on the it's macramé. It's macramé this month. I'm training myself to say macramé instead of macramé, which is what I've always said.
Yeah, people know what you mean at least.
Yeah, but I'm going to go a little bit off-piste with it this month. I hope...
Ooh.
Wait a little... Oops, hang on, sorry. Hang on. I'm just reaching for the box. Ouch.
It's not common that she has to reach down for something.
It's a heavy box. I'm going to go a bit off-piste. I'm still doing macramé, but I've decided to do different projects. So what they sent me was... Hang on. Hang on. What am I doing? This. No. This is what I want. I'm going to have to open the screen out a bit too. So what I've got is... This is why it's so heavy. This stuff is so heavy. I've got this pink and green, enough to do the table runner project in the book. There's a book in the... sorry if that's making loads of noise. There's a table runner project in the book. And there's also a Dreamcatcher project in the book. That's what this is for. And this is enough, this pink and green is enough to make like a multicoloured table runner, which would be fun, but I don't think I'd use it so much. So I think, this is where I'm going off-piste, I'm going to do, I've found another pattern that I'm going to use, or a tutorial I can follow, to make like it's a really fun kind of tote stroke backpack kind of thing that I can make with it. I think I'll just use more often, and I'll have way more than enough yarn, cord, whatever you call it, to do that with. And then whatever I've got left, I'll either do another macramé project, because I've got all of this book to work through, or I might even do something crochet with it, and do something different, because I just thought it's nice to think about, okay, if you subscribe to a box like this, you don't have to do exactly what it says on the tin. You can do your own thing with it, which brings me to where I'm going off piece today. So this hoop and this thread, let me get that box out of the way because that's probably making a noise. Oh God. They are...
Tell you what's making a noise. It's you.
They are intended, because this book takes you all the way through all the different knots and stuff, and then it gives you projects along the way. So this is the book that came in the box. So on page 54, there's a dream catcher. Here we are. Which is really pretty. I do love that. But you know what I'm like with colours.
You do like a colourful project, yeah.
Perfect timing. Did you see my neat little segue there? Come on, focus, camera.
Yeah. Give it some movement.
There we go.
Okay.
I've been... you might have seen if you saw my video that went out. I think it was only this morning. Well, members will have seen it last night. So I've been adding colour to these threads that I got, real bargain threads that I got. Real bargain. Love the wool, kind of wool mix. I think it's wool with a touch of synthetic in it. Love it for stitching with, but boring colours. So I've been adding my own rainbows using Inktense.
Be aware that you can't see chat at the moment, by the way.
Oh, yeah, because I got that in the way. So I think I'm going a bit off piece, and I hope the girls won't mind me doing this, Kirsty and Rachel. But I'm going to do that with this as well. Offended. I'm sure they won't. It's just this is what you do if you get boxes like this. You know, you are, especially if you pre-order or you subscribe, you are taking a chance, and it's also, I love getting a surprise. I love the challenge of trying something maybe unexpected, but sometimes you just gotta customize it a bit to make it your own. You know, there's no reason at all why you can't do that. And I think this will take the Inktense colour really well. I've watched a lot of Christine doing. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? And these are now they're all dry. You know, they don't, with Inktense, they don't fade. That they retain their vibrancy. I mean, this was the little set I had already. This is the bargain set I got half price on eBay. I got all of these plain threads really cheap on eBay, but I'm just customizing them to make them make them more fun for a slow stitching project, for our bonkers quilt project that we're doing. So yeah, if you watch Christine, Create and Craft with Christine, you'll know she does a lot of this. She's been using these to dye. I haven't got any handy by, but kind of vintage lace and doilies and linens and things. Absolutely beautiful. She's been doing this amazing coral reef project using all of these kind of colours. So it's fabulous. And she's been experimenting with other things. So you can do this even if you haven't got Inktense. You can use... She the one that amazed me was that she had old highlighter pens. Christine, like me, would not advocate going out and buying highlighters especially to do this, but she'd got old highlighter pens. I think she's had... You're still there, Christine? Did you say you'd had them since your school days? So they're all dried up and everything, but you can kind of reactivate them by soaking them and pull the colours out of them and use them to colour threads. And you can do that with all sorts of different things, but I love my Inktense. I just love the colours. I love the vibrancy.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Inktense. So I thought, I'm going to do this. So I hope you don't mind, Rachel. I think I quite fancy having a rainbow, especially as it's to go up in my craft room. I fancy having a rainbow dream catcher. So that's what I'm going to start doing today. And then
catch rainbow dreams with it.
Yes. And then I can put it to dry after the live, and it'll be all ready tomorrow for me to start working on the dream catcher, and I'll film that. So the first thing I need to do is wind this around. I think I'll wind it around this to get a uniform kind of skein that I can colour more easily.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's lovely yarn, pure cotton. This will take the colour really well.
Jackie was saying a while ago, we haven't had a Londoner for a while.
Are you trying to make me sing again? Oh, the urge. I'm fighting the urge.
Maybe.
Oh, stop it. Maybe it's Maybelline. And maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
It's so easy to get stuff stuck in
And
the
that's
head as well.
without the gin.
The other day all I had to say was...
Well, you've used this one, Carol. Brilliant.
The other day all I had to say was... just, if you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, join our club was stuck in my head.
Yeah. Oh, those things are so catchy. Even the ones that I remember from the 60s, still, I can still remember the words. I mean, excellent advertising, isn't it?
How would one put the freshness back, for example?
Stop it. I got the dance for that one as well. You do the shake and back and put the freshness back. Do the shake and back and put the freshness back.
This is not sponsored.
Yeah, we will too.
Shake and back. I think they still make shake and back.
Can't remember any more words. Oh, thank you, Sally Joe. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Oh. I think it will, Rachel. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. I think I'm going to do them. I don't really need to do individual skeins. I could just. It just makes it easier to manage. So yeah, let's.
Oh no, Linda! No, it's in all of your heads. That's a shame.
But I'm also thinking, if I cut it into individual skeins, I might end up cutting myself short because I will want long lengths. So yeah, I'm going to make this up as I go along. I'm going to that's getting caught on something here. It's really annoying. I think I will have to try and keep it as much as I can in one long length. I maybe should have wound this on the other way round, that way. Never mind. Hey Kate! Hey Claire! Tried to buy some the other day, rare as chocolate teapots. Rockin' horse poo, I always say. What? Tried to buy what?
I'm guessing shake and back.
Oh yes. Ah, yeah. Saw someone start unwinding yarn by smashing it flat and then pulling out from the centre. Ah. I usually try and pull out from the centre if I can. I couldn't find the centre for this. Smashing it flat.
My guess would be smashing it flat on the other axis.
Yes. So, still can't see the centre, but it's not interesting how that goes though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've started from the outside now, so I'm probably just gonna. It's also managing to. You won't believe this. Look. How has that happened?
I easily believe that. I do computer stuff. So,
yeah.
Computer cables, they sit behind the computer, nothing touches them, and yet somehow they all tangle.
That's the goblins.
They're not moving. How are they tangling?
It's the goblins.
It's
they
like
come out
some
in the
goblins
night.
back there knitting a jumper out of my cables. Yeah. Stop it.
That green in the box, the green of the macrame yarn, that's called goblin green.
Nice.
Yeah. Hang on.
I think I need to print off a message from chat there and have it framed.
Why does
Give
it
you a
say
framed copy?
Tom is lovely
This
or
is Tom's
something?
right.
What's he
Just get
right
that framed,
about?
hang it up on your wall.
What are you right about, though? You have to remember.
You being a hobbit, obviously.
No. Yes, you've all got it in your heads now.
I'm sure Sharon's too nice to agree with me calling you a hobbit. But it's about smashing it on the other axis, I imagine.
Yes. Ah, yes. Yeah, so I think this would be a bit of fun. I just love the rainbow colours, and this yarn should take it really well. Who was it who said they'd already used it? Was it Carol? No, hang on. Who was it who said they'd used this before?
Yeah, it was someone.
Yes, it was Carol. Oh, another thing just occurred to me this morning that because the first of the month fell last Sunday, didn't it? So we're kind of almost a week later than usual for our monthly Saturday night live, aren't we? So that is coming up this Saturday. So we'll be... I'm phasing out, like I said before, I'm phasing out the regular giveaways. So we haven't got loads of giveaways. In the future, I'm only going to be doing giveaways really related to projects that I'm doing. The Saturday night lives won't be kind of all giveaways and stuff anymore. We'll be changing that up a bit for reasons that you all know about. I won't go on about again. But but this, because this actually was a project I did. This is from a kit that Snoppy very kindly sent me. This is the steampunk clock from this kit. And I finally got the right handles to go on it. They were brilliant, I have to say. They got these replacement handles to me within like 3 days of my email to them, which I thought was pretty good. So that is, I haven't got batteries in it yet, but I will test it with batteries. But
especially good to us, given that, you know, as far as they know, you're just someone.
Could have been anyone.
Could have, yeah.
Because I couldn't
anyone
even
just trying to get some like 20p hands off, I'm sure, but you know.
Well, but the hands on their website, on their own were like a £5, so yeah, it wasn't like nothing. And postage as well, and you know, lost my thread now. Yeah, I didn't even have like an order number to give them or anything because it wasn't me that had actually bought it. It was Snoppy, so yeah. So this will be going up as a giveaway on Saturday. This will be the only giveaway on Saturday, though. I'm going to weigh it. I'll have to wrap it up to post. I'm going to weigh it. I don't think it'd be too bad. I think I'll be able to say I'll send it internationally, so that'd be good if I can. I don't think it's too heavy. I'm more worried about the damage, but I suppose that could happen however far I'm sending it, really.
Yeah, get unlucky and be down the road and still damage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, have you shown people the lovely 3D printed things I gave you?
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, I've left the already demonstrated bias binding one downstairs. So these are things Tom's been bias binding for me. Look at this. It's not tat. Nothing in my room is tat. To me...
There's not enough space in that box for all your tat.
To me, all of these were puzzle boxes. They're not. They're just, like, difficult for me to open. They're not meant to be puzzle boxes. Short says, my mum threw 8 aprons in the laundry machine, and since they didn't dry out, she spun them again. It's a mistake. Bet it is. Because of all the apron cords, yeah.
Hi, Raz. You got a good point.
Raz! Hello, Raz. This is not a tat box. It is a beautiful craft room. Actually, this is a real heap. That bit you can see behind me is the tidy part. Hang on.
The tat box has overflowed into other rooms.
It has a bit. This is tidy, so I need to do the same job on this room as I did the kitchen this weekend, but I'm not looking forward to it. So this is the tat box. I bet I won't be. Oh, I did. I opened it that time. So actually, joking aside, very useful. And I was experimenting with using markers and things to colour these, so I could do something like that with it. And then there's
a strong colour to cover up that one, isn't it?
Yeah, but darker colours would work well on it, or gold would look nice against it.
Yeah.
So these would just be useful for carrying things like beads and stuff when I'm out and about. This has got a... See, they're not puzzle boxes at all, but they were when I first opened them, weren't they?
You were puzzled.
I was puzzled, so it's a puzzle box. That's that. It's a nice solid build, these. This one's cute. Makes me think there are definitely miniature applications for this.
Yeah.
Yes, and this one is for making bias binding out of strips of fabric. And I have got the... I did try it out and compared it with my commercially made bias binding maker. It works really well. I can
Surprising.
Yeah. Oh. I need a strip of fabric that is about right. It's about 5 centimetres. Don't want to cut a piece specially. I'm kind of thinking this way. I tried out the woven picot last time. That would do it.
Yeah.
It needs to be 5 centimetres, I believe. Got to try this because it was so... 4, was it? 4?
Yeah.
Got to show
Theoretically, it's easier if you taper the end that you're going to pull through.
Yeah, that's the same with the commercial one as well.
Yeah.
There's no point in me going much further than that because it's probably going to not like where I've got the picot bit either, but...
Possibly not.
See, with... I'm going to trim that off as well. With the normal... when you're making bias binding in the normal way, you end up with a taper because you're cutting it all on the diagonal anyway, of course, so you end up with a...
True.
With a sort of 45-degree thing there. Right, now I need wire. I wasn't intending to be doing this. I'm not ready. I've got the right kind
I suppose
of wire
a thin enough latch hook would also work.
Yeah, one of those long needles.
Yeah.
All of which are things I've got in this room, but
Yep. Because it's a room full of tent.
It is not.
I mean, Raz said it is, and Raz never lies, so... That's not true, he does quite a lot. No, he said he was going to play a scary game if we all...
Oh yeah, you don't like scary games, do you, Raz?
No, he does not. He said he was going to play it, and then he kind of walked around to the introduction area before any of the scary stuff started and wasted time until his slot was up.
Okay. So I pulled that through. So the first bit is a bit like wastage. This, with the commercial one, it just does the fold, kind of that, that fold. The first, it just basically does this. But with this little gadget, it also double folds it, so you end up with that. So here we go. Fingers crossed. It won't like this bit where I've got stitching properly.
The business end is off screen at the moment.
Oh. Here we go. And now it's not going to like it because I've come to that bit where I've embroidered. But you can see, you would do that and then iron it as you go. Or probably pin that end to an ironing board. Pull this out, iron as you go. Yeah.
On the website where I got the file, they showed stitching it straight onto fabric as you pull it through, but I'm not sure I'd do that.
Yeah, I don't think you'd need to. I don't see why you'd need to do that. I'm just going to see if I can force it through with the embroidery on it. But of course, now I didn't cut back that far either, did I? But yeah, I was really impressed with it. Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing you were going to 3D print me? Something else sewing wise. I've just done that again.
Yeah. There's the little stitch thumb ring thing for doing evenly spaced stitches.
Yeah, it's quite a few stitchy things, aren't there?
There's quite a few. Yeah, there's also the thing for adding seam allowance to a pattern piece and tracing around it.
Yes,
discs of different
that's the one
sizes.
I was thinking of. Yeah, I think I'm going to make that enough for this first pass.
I'm not sure I can make money off that one, Carol, because it wasn't my design, but I do have an idea for changing the design.
Yeah, making it a bit more personal.
Version.
Yeah.
Well, with that one, it's a massive box, which is a little bit difficult to hold, in my opinion. It doesn't need to all be a box. It could follow the internal shape a bit more closely. And it would be quicker to print and more interesting to look at.
If it could be slightly more ergonomic, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love how it works.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Jackie. Thanks for popping in. Keep on journaling. Jackie's art journal page is amazing. I'm just going to wet this.
Procrastinate.
I do love that name. I do love that name, yeah. Let's
You haven't missed much, no.
No, nothing really. What I'm doing
just a few short jokes.
What I'm doing is colouring some threads. So to give you an idea of what I'm aiming at, yesterday I took these threads and added Inktense blocks to them. I need to go back to the big I need to move my face, it's in the way. I use these Inktense blocks to add colour, and these are what I've ended up with, which I'm delighted with. Much more exciting to use. I'm getting these ready for our bonkers quilt project in the summer. But this is actually from my stitch kit box that I got this month, and this month's craft of the month is macrame. So this is plain cotton yarn, which is for making a dream catcher out of the book that came in the box, and I thought, I can't resist it, I need a rainbow dream catcher. So what I'm doing now is just wetting all of the yarn first, because that just makes it accept the colour more readily. And it's, yes, you can do this with dyes, you know, you can buy proper fabric dyes to do this with, but doing it this way, I can just, I've got all these different colours, I can just paint them on as I like. It's so accessible. You just literally dry them overnight. As long as it's all wetted, once it's dry, it's permanent. I wouldn't advocate putting stuff that you've stitched with it through a wash, but to be fair, most of my slow stitching projects aren't going to be going in the wash, so
no.
I'm trying to keep this,
of course, doing this as a rainbow also is neatly timed with Pride Month.
Yes, actually, I forgot that. Yeah. So yeah, I just think that's such an easy way to do it, and yeah. And they're quite expensive to buy, these Inktense. I got this set on eBay as a pre-loved one, but they hadn't actually been used before. This is all my mess. This is what they all look like to start with. Yeah, they go a long way. I got these for just over 11 quid, but I think normally this set is about 25. This was the set I got in a Squaller box ages ago. You can see I've used that quite a bit more. So I'm just going to go rainbow with this. Let's start with magenta, which isn't even in the rainbow, but it's in my rainbow. I would advocate wearing gloves, even though I don't. You probably should.
Yeah, I mean, if it can dye things, your fingers are things.
Yeah. I don't know if there are any kind of harmful pigments or anything. I've done it like this for years and I've never come to any harm, and this is what I do, but I would advocate.
Yeah, I've not seen any warnings about toxicity with them.
No.
So, yeah.
I would advocate, though, just to be on the safe side, and if you've got any sensitivities or anything, or if you're doing anything like this with kids, it's probably a good idea to wear gloves. But I just hate them.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got any sensitivities, you should probably be wearing gloves for a lot of crafts.
Yeah. I just hate them. I can't get on with them in the same way I can't get on with thimbles.
Yeah, even little stick-on ones, you'd rather stab yourself in the thumb over and over again.
Yeah. See how quick and easy this is, you know, and you haven't got any of the. Yeah. I know if you're into doing it and you're set up for doing it and you're used to doing it, dyeing isn't difficult either. Today's fabric dyes are very good. But
it's a lot more labour intensive.
It's a lot more set up, or you've got to use the machine, or you know. And so all I'm going to do with these is make sure I don't put colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel next to each other, because that's when it'll get muddy. I just make sure analogous colours are next to each other and blend one into another, and then really I can do anything. So now I can go into green. So if I put green here, it would go mucky, but if I put green here, it'll be fine. That's
hi Emily.
That's all
Hope
the thought
we'll be
I'm putting
entertaining
into
on the
it.
drive.
Ah.
And if you're driving, I hope you're only listening, not watching.
Inktense blocks. I'm in love with Inktense blocks. I think they're brilliant. One thing occurred to me. I don't know what Christine thinks about this. If she's still with us, she might have gone to bed now. She should have. But if you are still with us, Christine, has it ever? Because I know Christine does a lot of this as well. Have you ever wondered or looked into whether we are affecting the performance of this product by thoroughly soaking the blocks the way I am? I talked about it to Tom just before we went.
They wouldn't sell the pans, would they?
That was one thing that occurred to me, because those are designed to be used like watercolours, aren't they? Like watercolour pans. But it did occur to me that because once you wet these, they become permanent. I thought, well, what about all of the pigment I've wetted here then? So I was talking about it with Tom just before we went live, and you were saying, weren't you, Tom, that apparently go on, you say. Yeah,
it can form like a bit of a crust on there that is activated, and then it'll be harder to activate that part. But you can just like scrape it off.
Yeah.
And it can be a problem because you can do the same thing with the pencils. You can wet a brush and use it on the end of the thing.
I like
and that can soak a little way into the
flicking.
pencils because they're so thin.
Yeah.
Just sharpen it again and it'll be fine.
So that's okay. So I'm not going to... This is what I've always done. I've never had a problem before. But I just thought, when I was actually filming my video, it just occurred to me. I thought, oh dear, I hope I'm not telling people wrong. I have actually emailed them this morning to ask them about it. So whether or not I'll get a reply, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they say. So I couldn't find in all the sort of frequently asked questions, I couldn't find anything about it.
It feels like something they should make clear on the official thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because, what you can do is take the block, use a little craft knife or whatever, and just scrape a little bit of pigment. I mean, you've got these pans here. Scrape a little bit of the pigment in there, activate with water, and use that as a little pool of ink. Go from that. It might even be easier to do that. If you're using it on fabric, you can, of course, put the block straight on the fabric or onto wet fabric, but I just wanted this kind of smooth colour, so I didn't think that would work so well. I really liked just the, not necessarily rainbow ones, but I quite liked just that plain, almost variegated faded denim-y blue there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just the blues and greens I like. Oh. Uh-oh.
Careful.
So this is a mixture. So this is the wool and synthetic mix. At least by my burn test, I decided that's what it was. This was a crochet cotton. That's this one. Which is a bit harder work to get it to take the colour, but it's all right in the end. This is stranded. This is the wool mix again. Stranded crochet cotton. This one, wool mix, and this was the soft embroidery cotton. It's like it's a thick two ply embroidery cotton. It's not a stranded, that one. Yeah, so it worked on all of them. Just some of them are slightly harder work, like the crochet cotton. I found slightly harder work to get it to accept the colour, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a good approach, Sharon.
What's that?
Use a grater on the blocks, mix it well with water, and then put the liquid in little spray bottles.
Yeah. That's one of the things I think they suggest on their website. If you use these little bottles like that. Yeah. I've definitely done it with grating before, and when I'm using the pencils, I use, because I love the Inktense pencils, like this, same range of colours. And I use one of these. It's a cheap chopping block rather than get the expensive made for the purpose ones.
Yeah, it seems to be exactly the same stuff.
Yeah, and you just because it's got this texture, you can just scribble away on there and either squirt a bit of water or apply it with your paintbrush, and you've got a little pool of ink ready to use. I might as well use that.
We were also saying the other day that you could make your own, like those, was it the Viva colour sheet things?
Yes, yeah.
You can kind of make your own with the colours you want by scribbling on a piece of paper with a pencil.
Yeah, you definitely could. It would work really well.
If you're just going out for like a quick project.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't need much. Obviously, it's
where
not
am I
going to
going
last
now?
quite as long as those sheets, but then the sheets don't last all that long either.
No, and I think it would be a bit less messy than those are, because those can be awful. They come off on your hands and everything. They're lovely,
Putting
though.
them away
Lovely,
again
vivid
afterwards
colours,
seems like
yeah.
it would be a problem.
You have to let them dry thoroughly before you put them away.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Right, I'm going to go back to purple now down here.
So if you've got just like a disposable thing that you've made yourself.
See, what a dream catcher this is going to be.
Yeah. Isn't it going to catch dreams that you'd rather have yourself, though?
Well, the idea with the dream catcher is it catches the good ones in the net, but it lets the bad ones out through the hole in the middle. I just got what looks like a reply from Derwin. I'm just gonna look at that, guys, because I might be able to tell you the answer to the question. Let's see if they're actually.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are. God, this is good service, isn't it? Because I only sent this like less than an hour ago, probably. It was literally just before we went live. Dear Annie, hope this email finds you well. You certainly can use a wet paintbrush directly onto our blocks, and this will not affect future performance as the product will dry. We use a small amount of a mild biocide in our water-based paint and XL blocks. As they absorb moisture, the biocide inhibits mould growth. I still think what she's saying, like, as the product will
you're
dry.
aware they're going to dry.
Yeah, but normally when you wet it and then dry it, it becomes permanent. So anyway, they seem to be saying there's no problem with doing that. So, and I'm impressed with that speedy response for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's carry
It's
on
good to know that
regardless
there's
then.
a biocide in there so they won't go mouldy.
Yes, that is good. Yeah.
Interesting that it's in their paints and XL blocks. Therefore, I'm guessing not in the pencils.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't need to be in the pencils so much. I've just
They're not
realised I've
expecting
just
you to get those directly wet so much.
purple next to the green, but it's a very bluey green, so I guess that's why it's okay.
Yeah.
I've gone off the rainbow now.
I was going to say, yeah.
But I don't care, don't matter. It's a rainbow impression. And they're quite nice if you water them right down and get a more sort of pastely effect as well. It's just that I'm really into the leery colours at the moment, but
yeah. Yeah, the crochet cotton takes it better if you submerge it in water so it's really wet, then squeeze the majority out.
and then
colour.
Yeah. I'll do that with the next one. I mean, I had got that pretty soaked. It's
you got them
thoroughly soaked now.
wet.
Yeah. What I'm thinking I might do there is a bit of yellow, because that will go. It'll be all right with the green and with the magenta. I just don't want it touching the purple.
That'd be like tomato touching egg.
Yes.
Oh. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? Right now, nice big scrambled egg on toast with some cut up watery tomato in the middle.
Don't. Oh, that bit. I don't know if it's showing very well on camera, but that bit just there is delicious.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, don't ruin it. Ooh, we got a green thing from Jenny.
Hey!
Joining from bed. Hey, Jenny.
Member for 5 months.
5 whole months.
You're one of the first, Jenny. Thank you for staying around for 5 months.
The founding artists.
I'll take a bit of blue up there as well. There. I think that's rather lovely, don't you? Now I'm going to try and turn it over.
I prefer to do it for. Take all the colour back out.
Turn it back over without. Oh, actually, I don't mind it in the pastel version like that either. But I don't think we can leave it like that now. I've got to be consistent.
Have you tried at any point dyeing fabric or yarn with Inktense and then bleaching some of it back for an effect?
No, but I bet that would be interesting. Is that your idea, or someone just said that?
That's my idea.
That's your idea.
Which is
No,
why it's not very good.
No, I haven't. No, but bleaching things back is a traditional kind of dyeing method as well. So definitely something worth thinking about.
Ooh, we got a message from Cass. Happy Pride Month. Yes,
hey,
indeed.
Happy Pride Month. Good message. Isn't it lovely these days that we can have Pride Month and celebrate, you know? Oh, it's not that long ago. Not that long ago. What we're celebrating now would have been criminal. I'm probably
It's disturbing how recently criminal it was.
Yeah.
Just like, that's not okay.
No. It's quite shocking, really, to us now. We're very lucky to live in such tolerant times, I think.
Yeah. Arguably still not tolerant enough, but...
No, in some areas, no.
In comparison, definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Cool, I'm loving this. If I do say so myself.
Yes. What very bright colours.
Yes. The thing is, though, yes, it's taken a little bit of time to do, but if you go and buy threads, you know, variegated threads like this, they're very expensive. Lovely to use, but very expensive.
Yeah. And understandably, they must be more labour intensive to
definitely.
produce.
Yeah. I should have got something ready to lay this on. I know. We will use
Hey, Rhonda.
my block. Hey, Rhonda. Oops. I'm going to carefully lift that onto there, and I'll hang that over my clothes horse in the conservatory later to dry. And it is going to be a bit of a fiddle doing it this way. Because like with the normal threads, I could make them into skeins like this. They're very easy to manage. I wanted to keep this as long a length as possible, so it's going to be a bit more awkward to get it dry without tangling it up and then wind it into a ball again after. But I think I need to keep the long lengths because it's for macrame, and I just think that's going to make the prettiest dream catcher, eh?
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to do another lot now. I don't know how much of the ball. Let's have a look at the book. How much weight did it say? Although I probably will go on and just rainbow the whole lot because I'll still use it.
Yeah, might as well.
But I'm just interested to see how much it says you need. Page 54. 150
a
gram.
nice book, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unusual to see proper hand-drawn illustrations still. I mean, some photos like those, but most of the illustrations, the knots and things, still look hand-drawn. Like, genuinely hand-drawn, don't they? Which is quite unusual to see these days. They're nice and clear. I'm really looking forward to working my way through learning all the knots, because I've done a little bit of macrame before, but only really small projects. And I've got very limited knots. So you can make notes.
Coincidentally, a rainbow for someone, was that not macrame?
They called that macrame, but it wasn't really. That was Susie Q won that, didn't she?
Yeah.
That wasn't what I would call.
That's right. They called it, but it was.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just kind of cords that you bent into a rainbow shape, and then you bound it together with threads. But it wasn't what I would call not proper macrame knots.
No.
I've done a plant pot holder before. I did more recently the 12 Days of Christmas stitch kit kind of advent calendar box that had a couple of macrame things in it, but again, very small projects. This is quite ambitious. No, I've lost where I was. 50. It said 50 gram ball, didn't it? Now I've lost that. Oh, there it is. Oh, so it's only going to need half of this. Is it really? Why do I never believe what they say? 150 gram ball. Double knitting. Yeah, so I only need half this to make a dream catcher. Or maybe I'll make 2 and another one will become a giveaway. That's the kind of giveaways I'm going to be doing in the future, just like random ones like that where they have been a project, you know. Oh, look, I've got stuff everywhere here.
Definitely good advice from Carol there.
What's that? Put a spare piece of yarn through the loop ends to keep it in it. That's what I did with these ones. I have actually tied them together at the top there. Oops. They're all tied together. With this, I kind of feel like if I tie it all together, it's because I've tried to keep it in such a big length, it would be a really fat bundle, and if I tie it together, I'm not sure where it's tied that they're gonna dry very well. So I'm thinking I might try and just leave it spread out like this. I don't know, I'll have to see when I get downstairs.
If you've got like a knitting needle, you could thread through it just to...
Well, that's what I've done with these.
Yeah.
As you can see, that's a knitting needle.
Yeah. At least keep something through it to keep them from falling on the floor and just turning into a bundle.
So I might do that. I've got plenty of knitting needles, obviously.
Yeah.
So I might do that, yeah. I'm going to do another lot because I want at least half of this done, ready to use tomorrow.
So just notice something ridiculous I said there. If you've got a knitting needle.
Yes. What do you mean? Yeah. So you're saying I did a macrame session with the Rangers, so that's 14 to 18-year-olds last year. It didn't go well and you agreed not to go there again. Oh dear.
Yeah.
See, my first encounter with macrame was during the 70s when I went to evening classes because, you know, we didn't have YouTube then. You couldn't. I've got to come back up here because I'm talking to you and I can't see myself. Hang on.
Hang on.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. We're done.
So, oh, that's not my coffee. It's my coffee. So in the 70s, of course, we didn't have YouTube. If you wanted to learn how to do something, you went to the library, you got a book out, you taught yourself, or a friend or granny or whatever taught you. So if it was something you needed in person teaching and you didn't have a granny or a friend to show you, you had to go to evening classes. So that's what I did. And made things like hanging plant pots for our spider plants because everybody had spider plants then. And even I could manage not to kill spider plants. Oh, I tell you what, this ball of thread catching on the headphone coil is really winding me up. Let's try putting it in the bin. See if that works.
Ooh, you could do the macrame and then use the Inktense to paint the finished project. Well,
do you know, I thought about that. And then I'll tell you what changed my mind was I found when I was trying to show something on video before, where you've got like when I've had a couple of projects from Stitch Kit where there's been like a variegated yarn, it's easier to show what you're doing, to show the knots and the way the yarn is knotted together. If you've got different colours,
yarn is a bit difficult to...
It's difficult to film. It's difficult to film and see what you're doing properly. So that's why I decided to do it first. But yes, YouTube, that would work, definitely. Because then you could make the rainbow go like from the middle outwards or ombre it downwards. It'd be lovely to do like, say, a Denim Me Blues ombre from light to dark all the way down as on a Dreamcatcher. That would be beautiful. In fact, maybe the second one I'll do that, shall I?
Mm.
If I only do half of this as a rainbow, roughly, I need to think, roughly half. Yes, that would be quite fun. I saw Raz saying something there and I totally assumed it's rude, so I'm going back to see what it was. Don't tie together, tie the threaded bit to your clothes. Oh, sorry, yes, Carol, I see what you mean now. So put the thread through and then, that's a good plan. Yeah. I'll do that. Why is Purple Poppy saying 01?
It's a good question. Maybe it's a salute.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner.
Maybe.
You do not need a tat emoji. Tat room. Raz.
I just had a stupid but, well, it's a very nerdy idea that wouldn't actually work.
Yeah. Why does that not surprise me either?
Well, it's based on a technique you can do with some boring nerdy computer thing. But basically, you know that self-patterning yarn that you had?
Yeah.
Well,
I know what you're going to say.
do you?
Yeah. Well, I know if it's not that, I'll tell you this one afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. What you could do is knit a jumper, for example.
You are going to say what I think you're going to say.
Paint a picture on it with Inktense, and then unravel it.
And try knitting it
then
back.
If you get exactly the same tension again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. That is what I was thinking. Except I didn't think of it being an actual picture. I thought of it being more of like an ombre, you know. Well,
I mean, that would be more sensible because that would have some chance of actually working.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you had exactly the same tension and everything, you could get an entire image to come back out.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
It's a trick that you can do with a computer thing where, like, you make it look like balls are randomly falling onto a surface and they end up making an image, and it's amazing. But you actually you do it backwards and cheat.
Tell you what, I was so amazed to see was somebody, and I won't say who in case anybody's way behind watching the pottery throwdown the same as me. I only watched the final last night, but somebody on there decorated a pot with like the separate drawings of an animation. So like imagine it was the bouncing ball, the classic bouncing ball animation. They painted the different stages of the animation all the way around this pot, and then they spun it so fast that they made their animation come to life. It's incredible. I was well impressed with that.
Oh yeah, like the what's the name? I mean, there's a thing. It's like that sort of cylindrical thing with slits cut in it, where they do that.
Yeah.
An early form of
kind of like that. Yeah. And if you just looked at one point on the pot, it kind of had that same effect. I'm not dipping all this in there now because now I want to spread it out. Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't really work.
But for like just an ombre type thing.
Yeah, you might get it to work for that. Because I think the yarn would kind of twist slightly and stuff as well. And
yeah.
Oh, I can tell that water's not very clean. Does it matter? Doesn't
and something
matter.
like that is how you would design a self-patterning yarn, basically.
Yeah.
Make sure the pattern is forgiving enough that it doesn't matter that it's slightly different each time. And yeah.
Well, I challenge you, Tom. You crochet something in plain white, paint a pattern on it, and then I'll re-crochet it, and we'll see if I can guess what the picture was meant to be.
Yeah, I think maybe no.
No, you could try something like a simple kind of Minecraft design.
Yeah. Well, since we're about halfway through, it's probably about time that we have a look at the live stream follow along. Maybe show the members thing.
Yeah, show the members thing and do the live stream. The Lime Street follow along. Yeah.
Isn't that a station in Liverpool?
Yeah, because I know because I actually got on the wrong train. Did that once. I thought Liverpool Lime Street was the same as Liverpool Street. It's not.
No, it's definitely not.
No. Right, I'm going to go Discord peek. I'm just going to go in first and make sure that I'm not in a... No, I am definitely in the live stream follow along.
Well,
so this is for anybody that doesn't know. I'm going to type a link into the chat because I can.
Very proud of herself.
I am. If you're in our Discord, if you click on that link, it will take you straight to the live stream follow along room. If you're not in our Discord already, it will invite you to join, which is a very simple process. And if you haven't tried Discord, you should. Hey Sylvia, hello.
There's all kinds of interesting stuff in there. Hey Sylvia.
Yeah. And the nice thing about it, as opposed to the Facebook group, I think, is that you can have all the different rooms for different interests, and I think you just kind of get to know each other in a kind of more intimate way, in the old-fashioned sense of the word. Do you know what I mean? It's just kind of more. I'm not quite sure why it is even, but there are things you can do in Discord that you can't do in Facebook. We have recently discovered, thanks to Christine, that you can tag topics in Facebook, which would make it a little bit easier to find people with similar interests. But in Discord, you can just go into the room and chat to people in there and share what you're doing in there. And there's everything. We've got all kinds of rooms. There's rooms about music. There's just a room for memes. There's a room for games. There's a room for art, for crafts, for specific projects, which are kind of related to the community.
Specifically Minecraft room, not just games.
Yes, yeah. So there's anyway, so if you haven't, check it out. But right now I'm going into the live stream follow along room, where hopefully people will have posted some pictures of what they've been doing. So this was their last, I think Dawn shared this last time, but I didn't notice it till after we'd gone. If I go in there now, I can begin it for you. So this is Dawn basking in, 92 degrees Fahrenheit, getting over her sunburn. Look at that sea, look at the colour of that sea. So Dawn lives in Belize. Yeah, lovely. It's we were saying the other day, weren't we, Tom? One of our hottest days here was 104 degrees, so it's actually hotter than that.
Yeah,
which for
is
us,
about 40 sensible degrees.
40 normal degrees for the rest of the world. Yeah, we had to translate it to Fahrenheit so that we could compare. But for us over here, that is especially when you think
with
over
our
here,
humidity and
we don't have aircon. We don't have aircon and stuff because we don't normally need it, do we? Well, you do.
No, and our houses are made to retain heat because normally that's what we need.
Yeah. Well, really old-fashioned houses like cottages and stuff will have thick stone walls, so it's cool in the summer and warm in the winter, which is nice. So what is this? I'm intrigued. Fabulous chats. I've been using this technique for a background, just write the very first thing in my head, changing directions. I've done a few things like that in the past, Jackie, and it can just be a real kind of brain dump thing. You just literally scribble in all directions. And I used to do a lot of that kind of thing when I was art journaling. I just love the look of it. And sometimes I just do fake what looks like scribbly writing, and it's not writing at all.
I think that's what you do when you think you're actually writing as well.
Yeah. If I don't read it straight away, I can't read it anymore.
Lines.
Yeah. Oh, look at this jewellery. So this is beaded. This is tatting. Tatted and beaded. That is beautiful.
You do like tat.
Yes, not that kind of tat. That is really lovely. I've had some goes at tatting, and I really need to practice it more because I struggle, and I certainly haven't tried anything as complicated as this with it. That's very pretty. Very, very pretty. Now this is actually, those were all left from last time, I believe, so this is now new. This is today. So here's Snoppy, waiting for paint to dry, haven't a clue what I'm doing. It's amazing how much space you've made there on the naughty steps, Snoppy. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I love the hefflamp. So the elephant's been cut out of another painted piece of paper. I'm trying to always have to work out how people are doing things. I love this grey kind of monochrome over here against the coloured background. That looks cute.
Yeah. Very
cool. Look forward to seeing where that goes. What we've got here, Wishes in Stitches. Some of Lisbeth's pieces are so inspiring, aren't they? So this is Wishes in Stitches, taking part in Lisbeth Dane's Dogma embroidery Stitch Circle Challenge. Started at the beginning of the year. New project comes out each week. Yeah, you'll see Elizabeth posting sometimes in the Facebook group, and she's got a Facebook group especially for this as well. It's beautiful. That is lovely. I love this one with the different tones of pinky reds there.
Yeah.
It's nice sometimes just to have a prompt like that just gets you doing something. It just gets you started, because sometimes you find yourself thinking, I feel like doing something, not sure what, and something like this will just get you started. That's all you need, is a bit of a springboard sometimes. Let's just flick through these. Love that one too. And amazing the effect you can get just from kind of a fairly monochromatic colour scheme and the same stitch over and over. Love that little hash stitch. I'm pinching that idea.
Beef.
Yeah. Love it. Like ever since somebody sent one of my swaps, not the heart swap, the one before, somebody sent me a piece that had seed stitches with but all the seed stitches were in pairs, little matching pairs instead of just single ones, and I've done them like that ever since because I was so taken with it. But this one is going to go into the repertoire now. Just love that idea. And that's so simple, same stitch, same family of colours, but that's really striking. Just goes to show. Love that too.
Yeah.
One of my favourite stitches, that's a feather stitch, I think. Is it?
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Beautiful. Just playing with circles. Oh, look at that. Circles will be a nice one to do for a swap sometime. The hearts have been very popular this time.
Yes.
Definitely, we need to do at least one more go at hearts. That reminds me of a tennis ball, that one. Right, back to the beginning again. Lovely. And this is the one you're doing today. That's another stitch I like. For a long time I was calling this one that's got the long straight stitches with the French knots on the end, I was calling it a bullet stitch for ages, because in my brain I'd remember it's actually called a pistol stitch, isn't it? I'd remembered it as pistol stitch and thought of it as being like something like a bullet being shot out of a gun. You know.
That's fair.
You see what I mean? So I was calling it a bullet stitch, and then someone said to me in the comments, it's a pistol stitch.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Ruthie now.
I mean, bullet stitch is a thing, but it's not that.
No. I saw Ruthie asking about this in the Facebook group, asking for second opinions in the Facebook group. She was showing this piece here where you've got that lovely blue and yellow print behind the denim. So the denim is cut out, applied on top. It's like a reverse applique. And what she was saying was she'd just done this and laid it over, hadn't thought about attaching the two pieces. She did the blanket stitch before she put it over, basically. So now she needed to attach the two pieces together, and what did everyone think about running stitches? And I said I thought they would look nice, and I think they do. I think they look lovely. But it was nice that, I think it was Emily there, was coming up with lots of different ideas for how she could attach these pieces together. I love seeing that when people help each other out with different ideas and stuff. Yeah, it's really nice. That's a lovely effect, Ruthie. I really like that. Here's Kaz. This is Grumpy Pasta's. Oh, so Grumpy Pasta is Jax. Oh, your progeny. I see. So that's their project. Lovely. I can see you're colder over there at the moment, Kaz, because that looks all wintry.
Yeah.
Oh, that is lovely. Blimey, how big is it going to be? It looks huge.
Huge.
Oh, love that.
Looks very neat though. Those edges are all.
Yeah. Yes, it's pretty perfect, isn't it? Yeah. I always like when you stitch them, join them together with crochet like that. Rather than having to stitch them all together. And that green contrast is nice with the shades of red there, isn't it? I like the way you're dressed to match your project there as well.
Yeah. You haven't measured. Yeah, measuring is for the week. Just keep going until it's done.
How many squares is it then so far? It's massive. Yay! That's the same one I got, Kaz, isn't it? That's probably why she's showing me, isn't it? Yep, I've got it down here. It's a really lovely book, actually. I don't know what you think, though, but they say over 700. Let me show this up big. Over 700 step-by-step photos, and I don't think the photos are really step-by-step, most of them, but they're enough, I think. Yeah. I think for a newbie stitcher, some of them would be quite difficult. I don't know what you think. I wouldn't call them fully step by step, but they're definitely enough to give you an idea, especially if you've got a bit of experience stitching. It's a lovely book. I'm really happy. I got it for, I think, £3 or something from, what are they called? Oh, I was so impressed with them. This second-hand book company online. Oh, they haven't put a ticket in it or anything. I was so chuffed with their service. I'll try and remember and put a link, because if anybody's after books that are out of print or just to get a cheaper version, I'll find out afterwards.
Always a handy thing to know.
Yeah, I was just so impressed. It was so cheap, and it included postage, and also this second-hand book company. Oh, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, please share it. I mentioned it in the video where I showed that book, but it's a while back now. They also can donate the profits, or part of the profits go to... Is it like for every book you buy, a book goes to someone that needs it somewhere in the world, or something like that? So they're they're a brilliant company. I'll look it up later and I'll put it in the live stream follow along, and that way I'll remember to come back to it next week. Is it World of Books? Is that definitely right? World of Books. Yes, I'm sure you're right, Snoppy. I thought I'd recognise it when I heard it, but that's not ringing a bell with me now.
Granny Sue's also saying Abe Books and Awesome Books.
Awesome Books. It was Awesome Books.
Awesome Books, okay.
I mean, maybe they all do similar things, but I know Awesome Books is the one that I had. It came within 2 days. It was really good value. It was in good nick. It included postage. And they do this, they donate books to places that need it as well. So, yeah, I was well impressed with them. Oh, I've got that. I'm sure I've got that design in a die or something. Or something very similar. Oh, lovely. So that's like a reverse applique as well, isn't it? Love the bunting in that. Beautiful. And it's a maypole. Oh.
Yeah.
How lovely. Have I looked at everything? Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. Well, I'm coming back here now before my thread dries up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still pretty soggy.
It's 8 by 13, whatever that is, which I think is 104.
8 by 13, what? Squares. Oh.
In the thing.
Sorry, yes. And they look like quite sizable squares, like 6-inch, 15 centimetre-ish squares. It's going to be quite a size then. World Books, Abe Books, Awesome Books. Yeah, it was definitely Awesome Books was that one, but I'm sure they're all... I mean, it's always worth trying those places first, you know, because with most books, it doesn't need to be brand new, does it?
No.
Right, I'm going to start yellow this time. Oh, I love that yellow.
Oh. Might want to either switch scenes or move across to the right a bit, because
I'll do what I'll do is do this here. I'll come back and say hello.
Top one. Definitely the top one that just says group.
Thanks.
See you, Sharon. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Sharon. See you Saturday. Oh, and I meant to say, that's the reason why I showed that clock earlier on. I meant to say, if anybody's here, especially for you guys in Australia and stuff, it's probably too blimmin' late now because Christine would have gone to bed and stuff. When I said about I'm going to see if I can make it available internationally, I went off on a tangent. So if anybody isn't going to be able to make it on Saturday and you would like to go in the giveaway, in the draw to win that clock, ping me an email or message me on Discord or whatever, and I will pop your name in the hat. I just completely forgot about that.
Yes. Did you also completely forget to do the members thing?
Oh yes, I did. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna come up here now.
It's one of those loaded questions again.
Thank you very, very much. Yes, you knew perfectly well I'd forgotten. Thank you very, very much to every single one of our amazing 52 founding fartists. I appreciate every single one of you. I mean that genuinely, folks. Who is it who used to say that? And I mean that and I mean that sincerely, folks. Who is it who used to say that? Huey Green. Yeah.
Before my time, whoever it was, I'm sure.
Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate all of you who choose to support us in that way. I appreciate everybody who watches us and joins in and stuff. And of course I do, but special thank you to all of these people. Mwah.
And hi, Debbie Cat. We didn't say hello because she was in the middle of a long old waffle when you joined.
Yeah, it never stops once I start. I just never stop. Hi, Debbie Cat. Right, I'm going to stop. I'm going to let them go through to the end, and then I'm going to stop them before we all get dizzy going round and round and round. There we go. Thank you, guys. Hugely appreciated. Now I've got to... Yeah. So if anybody is... No, I wanted this. If anybody is interested in joining, there's somewhere around here... Somewhere along the bottom here, you should see
somewhere under the video, probably.
Yeah, a button that says join.
Depending on your device.
A button that says join will be there somewhere. If you click on that, it will tell you all about what's involved in being a channel member. And somewhere near there will also be the subscribe button. So please click on that if you haven't before.
If for some reason you really want to do a thing, but you're one of the people that it doesn't show the join button, that link will work.
Oh, right, yeah, thanks, Tom. Yeah, that has worked for a couple of people when they weren't able to otherwise, isn't it? But there are some areas, like I think Dawn in Belize, it's just not possible that the facility just isn't there. You just can't do it.
There are some countries where YouTube has legal issues with whatever thing, so they don't allow it. Very annoying.
I can feel that splattering. I think I just splattered my glasses with some more interesting layers of colour.
Well, lucky you're wearing
glasses. I'm doing
glasses.
it all in stripes this time for change. Just see how that looks. Because why not?
Yeah, it was lucky you were wearing glasses the other day when we were doing your kitchen, wasn't it? Because large amounts of dust coming out of things straight into your face. Yeah.
Well, some bits that just haven't seen daylight since we moved in, to be honest.
Yeah. That manky old carpet that was in that cupboard.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that had been there since before we moved in. I mean, it's a pretty manky floor underneath, but...
It is. But the carpet wasn't much better anymore.
No, it really wasn't.
Looks like it might have been a nice carpet when it was new.
Well, maybe. I don't know where it came from because it wasn't probably... It's probably been there since before the laminate floor went down. Whenever that was. Huey Green, yeah. Can you remember... Golden Shot. Bernie the Bolt.
You just saw it worked now.
I reckon people will probably quite enjoy the Golden Shot now, actually. They put a bit of a modern twist on it.
People will watch anything. Some of the tat you watch, just...
I do watch some tat. I watch some really good stuff as well. I've been watching a lot of Prime Video this week. They seem to suddenly have a lot of things that appeal to me on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob Monkhouse, nice, yeah.
Oh, yes. I've got old quiz game tunes going through my head now. Which one is this?
It'd make a good quiz, wouldn't it?
Which one is that?
I don't know.
Wall-to-wall carpet in the kitchen. So yeah. Yeah. Well, our old house in Cornwall actually did have carpet in the kitchen, and it's a special kind of carpet called Flotex.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to be kind of water resistant, and you could wipe it because it was for a kitchen. But my first thought is, why have we got carpet in a kitchen at all? You know, what's that about?
I think it was Shorts I was talking to when I was doing the carpet shampooing stuff.
Ah, right, yeah.
And talking about how, wall-to-wall carpet is a lot more common here than it is in a lot of other places.
I don't like it.
No, I'm not a big fan. But at one point when it became accessible to everyone rather than just being a massive status symbol, we just kind of stuck with it. Yeah. Rather than realising that actually this is just annoying.
You even had it like in bathrooms. Like bathrooms would have it. And if you were really posh, you had the carpet going up the side of the bath and stuff as well. And there's nothing worse than, sorry, being gruesome, there's nothing worse than carpet around a toilet area, especially if you've got men in the house. I mean, for obvious reasons.
Well, quite.
Especially...
Everyone's telling you to fill up your gin bucket, apparently.
If that is an implication that I'm drunk because I'm singing tunes, it is not. I've only got coffee on the go.
Does it mention gin on your coffee mug by any chance?
Yes, but it's a lie. It's a dastardly lie.
Is it though?
Yes. I think it's just going to be...
Was it Irish coffee?
Who is that? No, Raz. I kind of wish it was. Oh, that reminds me, saying Irish coffee. You know, whenever we've been into Morrison's recently, Tom, Morrison's near me, they've been trying to get rid of that Bailey's cream they've had in there since Christmas. I finally bought some the other day because it went down so much, because obviously they're desperate to sell it now. It's only got till mid-June.
I guess it must have a limited date. They can't get rid of it somehow.
Yeah, so I bought some, and I got some strawberries to go with it because, you got to. And I tried a bit last night, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You definitely wouldn't like it. It tastes too alcohol-y, even for me, in cream. Even for me. That's saying something. So, yeah, a bit disappointed. Glad I didn't buy it for full price, because...
Yes, alcohol-free gin with vodka for flavour.
Yeah, for the kick.
It's just aromatics, that's all.
Yeah. Gin is an aromatic, isn't it?
Sure. Emily's asking if you've ever used a niddy noddy.
No, what is a niddy noddy? That sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't think.
It's a tool for making skeins of wool.
Ooh.
It would work well for dye.
Oh, I need one. Are we talking about a crafty gadget I haven't got?
Snoppy thinks that you are a niddy noddy.
Snoppy! I'm going to be
back on that naughty step.
I'm going to be putting a stairgate on that naughty step, so you aren't ever getting away. How very dare you!
Oh, by the way, Raz, while we've got you here,
which we nearly have.
Well, kind of, yeah. So Raz, for a long time, hasn't streamed because his laptop wasn't very good.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was his main excuse. Raz, however, doesn't have that excuse anymore because he's now replaced his laptop with a proper computer that works very well.
Oh, right, so when are you going to be streaming?
Oh, look at that. Suddenly he's got to go.
Raz, why? Oh, look at that rainbow, eh? That's a better rainbow than the last one, I think. I need to. I can't scrumple these all up together because I want to keep them fairly flat. Look. I'm reckoning that's not far off half of that wool. That yarn, rather. Whoops. Because I would quite like to keep half of it to try doing the dream catcher and then painting it afterwards so you can get like an ombre. So I'm thinking I might...
Interesting.
Shall I leave the rest of that as is for now? Because if I did need more, I could quickly do more. It never takes very long. Obviously, the drying takes a bit longer. I don't have a... I don't have a tumble dryer. not sure I'd put it in a tumble dryer anyway. I don't know if it would survive very well. Get all tangled up, wouldn't it? So I think a warm day out in the conservatory will do it. Ugh. I'm literally up to my elbows here. Ugh.
Should have worn gloves.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have sorted out the elbow situation.
Long gloves.
Speaking as we were previously of promises, is that Raz promising to...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Raz does gaming-related streaming. I wouldn't call him a gamer.
He's very entertaining.
Actually a bit grand.
He's very entertaining, yeah. Especially if you watch him trying to play a scary game.
He's not very brave.
Yeah. I think I'm probably, if anything, slightly less likely to scream.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There's a challenge. Hey, Kerry!
You scream at like a doorbell. Hey,
That's
Kerry.
true. That is true. Jump scares are, not my favourite, I suppose. I also don't like things that Raz likes to scare me with, like that heartbeat music, I call it. What is it called? Let's get another lot of these done. The heartbeat music, the
I've no
that
idea
Raz
what
likes
you
to
mean.
do when you're in a hurry.
What are you talking about?
Oh, shut up! I hate you, Tom. He's horrible to me, he is.
Not being very nice to me, actually.
To me, actually.
I'd do an uppercut to him. Punch his beard off.
Just shut up.
Brad says he's not that bad. I have clips from his Twitch channel of him meeting the Reaper from Subnautica.
Oh, really? Is there some bad language in it?
There's some bad driving.
I can't even walk straight, though. That's one of my worst things. Hush! Hey, Jan! Don't worry. We're still here for a little bit. We're still here for half an hour yet. Oh, the sonic drowning, yes. That's obviously got what I was... You both were winding me up equally. You both knew perfectly well which one I mean. Hey, Andrea, hello! See, I provoked him into reappearing by saying that he'd be more likely to scream than me, you see. I'm not the only one who knows how to wind people up. I mean, you're not the only one who knows how to wind people up, Raz.
Well said.
It almost was. Oh, I'm just going to dunk this because, it takes so long. Just spritz it.
Dunk it.
Go on. Right, I'm going to attempt an ombre of one colour with these. Two different colour on each one kind of thing. Let's try a green. Let's do green for Johnny.
Snoppy scaring herself with Minecraft. That's embarrassing, Snoppy.
What kind of Minecraft are you playing if you're scaring yourself?
To be fair, creepers can
that's my pins.
scare you a bit. Because they have a tendency to... It's a creeper, for those not aware.
I'm not aware. Don't know what you're talking about.
If a creeper gets near to you, it will start making a hissing noise and then very shortly afterwards explode. Killing you and destroying blocks around you, which is annoying if you just spent ages building them. So if you're somewhere and then suddenly hear a hissing noise out of nowhere, that can be a little bit disconcerting.
Okay. We'll let you have that then.
So, fair enough. It's no sonic drowning, but, Oh, you can't even hear it because you're playing music, so just suddenly you explode. Excellent.
That would make me jump.
Yeah. Yes. But then everything does make you jump. So...
Yeah.
Even things you've initiated yourself.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you should know it's going to happen because you just pushed the button.
Like knocking on your door, then it makes me jump when you answer the door.
Yeah, what were you expecting? Reaching a door handle makes you... Yeah, pretty much, Shorts. Pretty much.
That was quick, wasn't it?
It was quick.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this is very weird that she jumps at this, but when she's playing a spooky VR game, someone suddenly grabbing her by the shoulders and shaking her makes her jump.
Also, when I'm doing Richie's plank experience in VR, if anyone's ever done Richie's plank experience, it scared the out of me. It really did. And then there I am on this plank, feeling like I'm really on a plank 20 stories up, and suddenly someone pushes me.
But who would do something like that? It has to be someone who found it very funny. Oh dear.
Yes, I have no idea. Oh, that's pretty. That's
I wonder if I
pretty.
can quickly find the video of you doing that plank thing to share with people.
Don't, because it's got language on it that YouTube won't like.
I can put it in the live stream follow along. That'll be on YouTube.
No! I hate you, Tom. It's not being very nice to me.
If I keep being mean again and again and again. Oh, interesting.
Oh.
I'm sure it's not related, but I've just found a video on YouTube titled "Little Old Lady is Scared of Plank."
Is that you?
Who knows?
I bet it is. You put that on your channel. I hate you, Tom.
That's funny. The YouTube channel name seems to be TTK.
Oh, God.
Weird. So yeah, anyone who's in the live stream follow along, there's a lovely link in there for you.
Hate you, Tom.
So I'll just pop off now then, shall I?
No. Horrible pig. Horrible. He's been horrible to me. Oh, look at those.
Yes, I am.
Look at those. Aren't they pretty? If I do say so myself.
Everyone in chat is saying that I'm very funny and not at all naughty.
I don't think they are.
Well, I mean, no.
Yes, he's a very naughty boy. He's mean, he's horrible. Thank you, Jan.
He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
He's a very naughty boy.
Thank you, Raz. You
Sure,
are quite
I'm just
right.
seeing what you're saying as well. Reaching a door handle makes me jump. Did I say hello to Susie Q? I don't know if I did.
Does shorts me makes you jump as in you're scared, or you have to jump to reach the door handle? Either way.
Either way. He's not being very nice to me. You're loving the update on Jax's blanket in the live stream follow along. Okay, I need to go back and look at that now.
Yes. Hey, Susie Q.
I said hello to Susie Q before you did, actually. Like,
Well,
there's lots up here. Hang
good
on,
for you.
hang on. Okay, that's eBay. Oh, blimey!
Enormous.
It is every bit as huge as I thought. Wow. Hey, I love that rug behind as well. Cool, that is lovely. Are you standing there holding that? Are you standing on a stool holding that, or have you draped it over something? I love that. Those colours look amazing. Oh, I hate you, Tom. Let's look at Kerry's artwork. I'm glad you started sharing the iCAD stuff in there, Kerry, and I think Tori did as well. Tori and Claire. Who else did? A couple of other people did. because Diane had just joined Discord and she was asking about where to share iCAD stuff. And I thought, oh, I don't think we've got any in here, but we have now. So that's nice. That's another thing, having that prompt. It's like with the stitching prompt we were looking at just now, Elizabeth's, the iCAD thing's the same. It's just a little prompt to get you going. Do love this. I love the pretzels, Kerry, and I love this. I think this is my fave if I had to pick a fave. Love that. Cobalt. Beautiful.
If it's related to you being in this chat, Raz, then it's related enough. Doesn't need to be art.
No, it doesn't need to be art, no, but yeah.
It needs to be acceptable to be shown on YouTube, of course.
Yeah, and Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Desk holiday fonts. Glimmer, Spring, Cobalt, Iguana, Hydrangea, Pretzel, and Midnight. Yeah, it must be very satisfying to have that box filled as well, Kerry. Snoppy's still going. Yes. Well, that's going to be lovely.
I can't help it.
Oh, what are you doing, Tom? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. It's what you just said.
What did I say?
Nothing.
I'm not going to...
It's a very rude interpretation of what you just said.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch that back afterwards then. Quick update on your end as well. Being a busy boy. Oh!
Ooh.
So you're a naturalised British citizen, Raz. Hey, welcome.
That was a poor choice on your part, Raz, but
what on earth did you do
congrats.
that for? Does that mean you're not Belgian anymore? Or you're still Belgian, but you're a naturalised British Belgian? What does that... You're a British citizen. But you're still a Belgian British citizen? Oh, that's really nice that somebody wants to be a British citizen, though. I like that. Can't imagine you being anywhere else now. Oh, and I've never seen one of these before. I've never seen what that looks like. Oh, congratulations. Did you have to jump through any hoops? Did you have to do a quiz? I'll come back here now. This one. Going back and catching up on the chat again now. Dual citizenship. Oh, citizenship. That nearly came out wrong then.
Well, given the countries in question, I think you might have been right.
Oh, it'd be nice to see yours as well, Susie. Something I would definitely get into if I had enough time in the day to do all the projects I've already got. I would definitely get into that.
See, Carol must have a dirty enough mind to know what I was laughing about. If you're insisting I go to the naughty step for what I was laughing about, you thought it too.
I'm going to have to go back and watch what that was afterwards. I cannot even remember what I said now. Dirty peeps. Gets to do an English test, a UK history exam, and almost 3k down.
Ooh.
Almost 3k down. What does that mean?
I'm guessing 3,000 monies.
Really? Wow. I didn't realise you had to pay money for it.
You should be fine with the English test. You speak better English than a lot of English people.
Citizenship. That's the thing. I mean, I would challenge a lot of English people to do, or British people to do, a UK history exam and pass. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to think I would. What kind of questions did they ask you? The Dame sweater. Why am I finding everything that everybody's saying so confusing today? And maybe I need more gin. That's what it is. Not enough gin.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Same sweater, maybe. It's meant to be same, not Dame.
Oh, the same as in the little old lady scared of plank
yes,
video,
I am.
maybe?
Yes, I am. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate, yes. Right, those two are ready to go. I'm going on great guns here. Ugh.
That video is very funny.
Don't watch
What's
it.
not in the video, though, it has to be said, is John was quite happily laughing at how scared you were, and then he wasn't much less scared himself when he had a go.
Well, he wasn't any less scared. He wasn't any less scared. He was just as bad as I was.
He was just quieter about it.
Yeah. He was just as bad as I was. He was really surprised at how unnerving it is, because if you've never done it, you see someone, because I had thrown it onto the TV screen, cast it onto the TV screen. So
it seems so innocent when you're just watching it from the outside.
You think you've seen what it's going to look like, and you think it's going to be, and then you're actually there with the headset on, and you think, oh, wait a minute. I have now taught myself, since then, I have gone back into that thing quietly by myself a couple of times, and I have now got to a point where I can walk to the end of the plank, no problem at all, and even pick up the cake at the end, because there's one way you can put cake at the end.
I couldn't convince you to jump off the edge, though.
No.
No.
What I quite enjoy with that, though, is to do the it was like a Christmas special extra that they put in, the bonus one with where you go around delivering the presents. You just go up in the sleigh with the Rudolph and the red-nosed reindeer and all the other reindeer pulling you on a sleigh, and you go all through the city. And when I first had a go at that, I was like crapping myself, but like now I quite enjoy it, actually. So yeah.
You got better at flying in that mini golf game as well.
I love that. It makes it more fun. Now I've got used to it. Yeah.
Still a bit scared when you're on the lifts.
Yes, and I don't like it if you suddenly find yourself up to here in water by mistake.
Yeah.
Which has happened to me a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah. Which one shall I do next? I should do some more of these, really, because I've got loads and loads of these.
Yeah, I'd recommend everyone tries VR.
If you get chance, briefly. Yeah, if you get chance, if you know someone who's got it, if someone says to you, "Oh, I've got a VR thing, do you want to have a go?" Don't say no. Have a go, because you just
Not everything is a terrifying plank experience.
No. Doing my favourite thing of all is the puzzle games. Like, what are the ones I like called, Tom?
Yeah. Well, there's that Seventh Guest thing that I got you. Enjoyed that. Yeah. There's The Room.
The Room, I loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seventh Guest, I've still not quite finished, have I?
No, you're nearly there. Yeah. Well, I say nearly there. It's quite possible you'll end up not finishing it for exactly the same reasons I haven't finished it.
Because that's a frustrating one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, there's a VR remake, Kraz. It's very good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
No Man's Sky is excellent. It's excellent in and out of VR.
I've played the non-VR one with you, haven't I, a couple of times. We did that a way back, I think.
Did what?
No Man's Sky.
No.
No? What am I thinking of then?
So
another one with a name a bit like that?
Possibly. I can't think of anything.
Yelling and screaming and laughing hysterically. Yeah, I do a lot of that when I'm... One of the nice things for me about VR is that when I'm not in VR, I struggle to navigate, and I struggle to just walk along in a straight line, to be honest.
Yeah.
I end up like rubbing up against the wall, crouching when I don't mean to, and that kind of thing. And if I'm standing up normally in the game and not crouching, it feels to me like I'm too tall, like I'm floating, and that's because it's got me at a normal height, and I'm used to being so I feel more at home if I crouch in the game quite often. But just simple things like, just trying to walk along a pavement or jump over something I find really difficult. But of course in VR you just move naturally. Well, no, I mean you have to kind of transport yourself rather than actually walk across a room, or you'd never have enough room, would you? But I find that a lot easier to negotiate. So I do really enjoy it. You
find yourself always having to look for the key that you need to press to do whatever, whereas in VR it's like, well, I've got to reach for it with my hand.
But I said again that, joking aside about the being short thing, there was one thing we did, it was another puzzle game, Tom, can't think what it was, but I had to actually stand on a stool, physically stand on a stool to be able to reach something off a top shelf in a game that was crucial to solving the puzzle. I couldn't reach that piece that you needed to put in there without literally getting a stool in real life.
Too much realism.
Standing on it. Yeah, so that's a bit frustrating, but...
Some games compensate for it by making you all the same, which is why you feel too tall.
I feel too tall, yeah.
Because for exactly that reason, they have to allow for children and short adults wanting to play. Whereas in that golf game where height doesn't matter, you are realistically small.
Yeah. So when you and I and Thornius and Fire were playing, like Fire's actually shorter than me, like in the virtual.
Shocking though that may be. Yeah,
because in real life she actually is slightly shorter than me. So yeah. Sylvie went to Dublin years ago to the Guinness factory. Couldn't even walk to a revolving window. Yes, it's very entertaining from the outside as well. I think Tom would agree with you there.
Oh yeah. It's difficult not to look like an idiot when you're the one with the VR headset on.
Yeah.
Because you're flailing about like a lunatic from the outside.
Plus, we also try and remember to wear what we call our face pants, like these stretchy things you put on first before you put the headset on, because we share the headset sometimes, and so like you want to be able, well, even if you're not sharing it, it's nice to be able to, if you wear those, you can wash them. Whereas otherwise, you know.
And
you get,
VR
like,
headsets tend to be quite warm,
stuff.
and therefore they make sweatiness happen.
So, yeah. T-Rex. I need to know about the T-Rex incident now. I got a funny feeling when Kaz and I meet up. I think Kaz is going to actually meet me off the train now in August. I don't think we're going to stop talking for several hours.
I find that hard to believe.
No, I don't really want to share sweat, not even with Tom. No, thanks, Wes.
No.
Yeah, yum. I don't even want to share my own sweat, to be honest, if the thought that of putting it back on again later.
Yeah, I mean that is quite unpleasant when you sort of stop to get a drink or whatever, put the thing back on, it's just
cold.
then covered in cold sweat. So,
yeah. I mean, to me, you know, when I'm doing Beat Saber or something where I get really quite active with it, because I do, joking aside, I do quite well in Beat Saber.
She's pretty good at Beat Saber.
I get the old double S's all the time and stuff. You know, I'm quite good at that now. But it does work up a sweat, and according to the tally thing, I'm looking up there for it because that's where I see it. It does burn off a few calories as well, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
But, lost my thread. Yeah, so if I go off and get a drink or something and come back, I quite often put it on. It's like all cold and
yeah.
T-Rex was a VR demo. I was so screeching happy about a dinosaur. It was very loud. Oh my god! Just imagine it.
I mean, one of your favourite VR things has been that Steam home thing, the Hobbit house.
I love that, just walking about in it. I wish I could have that as one of the environments, but I couldn't.
I just remember because there's a T-Rex in it. If you head off down a path you're not meant to go down,
there's a T-Rex. I haven't discovered that
for some reason.
I love all the different environments, and sometimes I just stand about just looking at the kind of, you know, the holding room, whatever you want to call it, the waiting room.
The environments on the Quest, you can actually move around a bit more now, can't you? They used to be just like locked to a couple of positions in the middle, but now
you can have a good old wander. Like the underwater one is my favourite at the moment. Yeah, the Hobbit house is amazing.
Given your distaste for water.
Ammo's lethal with Beat Saber. Oh, maybe we could arrange a. No, it would be too technical. I love Beat Saber, Ammo. Love it.
Yeah.
And I do think it probably burns off a fair few calories. It's more exercise than I get any other way.
You could take your Quest with you when you go to the Bazaar thing.
Oh, God, no. Got far too much to carry already.
To a demonstration of Beat Saber in front of everyone at the event.
I can't do it at the moment because of that shoulder, which I can lift up at that angle.
You don't want to be doing it with a bad shoulder.
But I can't lift it up I can't do this. I can do this, but if I do that, it's agonising.
One thing that's a bit funny with Beat Saber is because we're too lazy to change the settings between things, there are some things that you struggle to reach. Some boxes that are harder for you to reach than they are for me.
Yeah.
Because they're like right at the tip of the saber for you.
Yeah. I'm sort of having to... So, yeah, I mean, it's actually more energetic for me, if anything, because I've got all that... I've lost my... Oh, there it is. I'm going to do a bit more winding while we're talking. Oh, let's do some purple, and I'm going to make a deep purple variegated next, I think.
Yes.
Deep purple.
It's quite a nerdy, gamery side track we've just had there.
Yes, it is. I would say to anybody who thinks they don't like VR or thinks it's going to be all kind of gamey and stuff, or thinks it's going to be all kind of scary things or all
shooting at things. Or I mean, there are of course some shooty games if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But there's far better things available.
Yeah. I love another one I love, which is totally different again, is the there was just less of it than we were expecting, was the National Geographic one.
Yeah,
Remember
I think they
one?
must have planned more for that than they got around to doing.
Yeah. They were just
it sounded like there was going to be a lot of stuff, and like, the bits that were there were good.
Yeah,
and then it was gone.
It was just two basic bits, but what was there was lovely.
Yeah.
I actually felt, going out in that snowy bit, I felt like I was cold. It was ridiculous.
To be fair, you always feel cold. But it is impressive feeling cold with a hot space heater strapped to your face.
And the other one in that was kind of completely opposite. You were in, where were you? Up in Peru or somewhere like that, wasn't it? I can't remember now.
Something like that, yeah.
Machu Picchu. That's where.
Was it? Yeah, could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating to have a look around.
Yeah. Another one that got me, I wouldn't advocate to anyone who doesn't like heights or water, was just going on Google Earth, but in VR.
Yeah.
So you can sit on your chair, whatever chair you're sitting in, and if you go on Google Maps, you can do a satellite view. You can do all that same stuff, but in VR. So. And if you go down close enough, I just felt like I was sat on my little chair, floating 200 feet above the earth and whizzing around. It was incredible, but quite unnerving.
Yeah. That first time that it suddenly zoomed you out above the sea.
I nearly threw up, yeah.
Yeah.
But once you're ready for it, it's an incredible VR kayak game. I've had to go on a kind of kayaking VR. It's really.
Yeah, I think part of that National Geographic thing did some
was a bit like
stuff,
that.
didn't it?
Yeah, and you could and it was very peaceful. Although I'm terrified of water, so initially I found it quite difficult. But once I got past that, it was so calm. Yeah. Yeah.
Once you convince yourself that no, actually this isn't too bad. I'm not really going to drown.
Yeah, and in that one you could see penguins and whales and things as well, couldn't you? Which is nice. Oops.
Yeah, I've got some kind of kayaking game that's quite realistic, and apparently there's a lot of designs out there for a pole you can make to attach the controllers to make it more realistic paddling motion.
Ah, right. Oh yeah, I can see that would be good. Look at the state of my nails from doing this.
I actually did some kayaking briefly as a kid.
Yes, I remember you did, yeah. Not with me, you didn't.
No, strangely enough, you weren't so up for that.
No.
I wasn't very good at it.
Weren't you?
Well, no, I didn't do it all that often, so...
No, you wouldn't have got to be very good at it, would you?
I wasn't keen on the bit where you meant to, you put the sort of skirt thing around you to seal you into the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're meant to intentionally capsize yourself to practice writing. It's like...
that would be me out of there right away. There's no way. There's no way.
You want me to attach myself to this and then turn upside down in the water?
Yeah, are you having a laugh?
Nah. I think I'll just have a swim, mate.
Yeah, you're right, mate. I'll see you later. Oh!
Yes, that is the problem. If you're going to do the pole thing, you need a room for VR that doesn't have smashable things in it. Yeah,
a bit more space than I've got. You've got a little bit more room now, haven't you, than you did have?
I have, but I would hit the light. Like the most spaces in the middle of the room, above which is a light fitting.
Yeah.
Also, most of the plans for the thing are for Quest controllers, and I don't have a Quest.
Can't believe we're talking about games all this time.
I know. And yet Raz still isn't streaming one. Weird.
Yeah, come on, Raz.
Yeah, VR warehouse in the backyard, exactly, Shorts. That seems reasonable.
Should I do something surprising, like should I do some mixed purple and yellow or something? I wonder.
Do some brown.
Mm. No. It's a short answer to that.
All 70s, do brown and orange.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was going to do 70s macrame, a brown and orange would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm going to get this dry overnight so I can start my macrame project tomorrow.
Yes, I suppose you can do it in batches, some drying while you use the stuff that's already dried.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a big enough project that you needed that much.
So sometimes you need all of it because you've got to set up long strings that you then knot onto, but I'm thinking I can get around it.
I guess one good thing is with the way you're doing it, it doesn't matter if one batch is different to another because they're all different.
It's so random anyway, exactly. And this is for the stitching anyway, this isn't the macrame. This is one of the finer threads. Well, I've actually run out of space now.
What, too much tat?
Shut up. I need to start thinking about saying goodbye now. I'm going to retrieve this knitting needle because that will work for those. Well, I'll just put a cord through like Carol suggested actually. Very pleased with these though. Might have a go with them later. That's the other thing I want to do this week is stitch the first couple of pieces onto the quilt.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. Well, I've got a piece from Kate, a piece from Viviana, and some pieces of fabric. I'm going to kind of make up a piece on Annette's behalf. So Annette in Sweden, who was going to come, and it turns out she can't get leave. I said, well, I've got some pieces of fabric that you sent anyway, and I've got some threads that she dyed. I'll make up a little piece for you. And so I want to start doing that this week and just then get a feel for how the quilt is going to go. And then that'll give people more of an idea of what kind of things they can send in if they want to. I've had a couple more people ask for my address so that they can send pieces in for the quilt. So I think it's going to be nuts because it's going to be such an eclectic mix because people can stitch anything on there, you know. At the event we'll be using all Bazaar scraps, although again people could bring other stuff if they wanted to, I suppose. I guess you want most of it to fit together with the sort of Bazaar. Well, I've just kind of said that people can use it. I don't want people to feel like they've got to buy Bazaar packs just for that, you know, because Joe's not wanting to, you know, Joe's whole take on this, Bazaar Jo, her whole take on this was, no, we're not going to charge for anything. I just want people to enjoy the slow stitching and stuff, and you know, so that's not what it's about. I don't think she would want people to feel obligated to buy a pack or anything. So yeah, it's going to be a complete crazy mix, I think, of all kinds of things, and the biggest challenge will be then bringing it all together, filling in the gaps. No, nobody said that, Raz.
Pretty sure I heard someone say tat. Because it was me.
Yeah, the other challenge is going to be them backing it. Jen has sent me a couple of beautiful, genuinely antique damask tablecloths, which I can use, which I could dye or not. Haven't decided yet. Which I can use as the final backing. So it'll be whatever pieces people stitch on the top, the fleece in the middle that they're stitching onto, and then the final backing. Then that has to be bound, and you need to tie it together either with stitching across, or I think I'm going to try a tied quilt, which I've not done before, because the pieces that are going to be on the top are so random. But you've got to stitch those layers together, otherwise it just all comes apart. Night. Yeah, tat-ing. If you don't tie it together, either with stitching or whatever, the layers will all come apart, be like a big pillowcase, if that makes sense. So I thought I could stitch buttons on here and there. That could be quite fun. Or I could just do a tied quilt where they put a piece of thread through, pull it up again, and literally tie it in a double knot. and clip it off. In which case I could do it in random places. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, but that challenge is a way down the line yet.
See you, Debs. Hope your day improves.
Oh, Debs. So is it same old, same old? So what stuff she puts up with I would be balmy by now. Yeah, go for the bucket of gin, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Have you resurrected the old VHS? Surely not. The old VHS. See, like,
got an email from Zavi.
Zavi. Made you sit down for a while and guilt-free craft. Yeah. Quite happy to give you justification for a bit of guilt-free crafting. We all need that. Should never feel guilty when you're crafting. It's never a waste of time. It's therapy. You wouldn't feel guilty if you were sitting, if you had like a weekly therapy session, would you? Although, to be fair, if crafting is therapy, I spend about 80% of my life in therapy. They just said VHS is back. Is it?
Only a matter of time until people decide that a terrible video format is cool again.
Yeah. I think most of us can, to be fair. And in the days when I was still working, probably a lot of the time I was working, there was a little part of my head that was planning what I was going to be doing that evening, crafting, or that weekend. And quite often by the time I actually got to the weekend, I was too tired by then, so it never got done. So that's why I never run out of ideas now. I've been storing these up for like 40 years. Psychologist of craft. Yeah, the psychologist of craft is like, just works for a pittance. It's just it's completely free, isn't it? It's brilliant. Oh, that's a bummer. 36 hours a week as well. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, sad thing is that, because I used to work, well, officially I worked 37.5 hours a week, but I did do quite a bit of overtime and stuff as well. But yeah, now I've got all the time in the world to do my crafting and stuff, and it's still never enough. Never going to run out of ideas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol's not long retired, have you? And there's already not enough hours in the day. You've been teaching though, Carol, haven't you? Subby says, I can hear all those people who traded in their games. Yeah. Oh, anyway, we better say our goodbyes. We're only a minute off. Thanks for your company, everybody. Look at what I did. Well, this is what I did yesterday. So this is what I've just done today. So I will take this off and dry it overnight. I can't even wring it out, because if I wring it out, the colours will mix with each other. I've got to keep them separated out. True, it won't take long. What I might do is, while it's still reasonably warm out there, I might just spread this on the garden table, actually.
Yeah, get some wind around them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if I hook the knitting needle through, or just run a piece of thread through, I can tie that on. Yeah, see where that has brushed up against that, it's started to pick up a little bit of the green there, which is okay actually. It looks all right, but I've got to watch that. Okay, right, I'm going.
Good.
Don't forget to give me a tinkle if you want to enter to win that steampunk clock. I need to weigh it to decide if I can afford to say I'll send it overseas. But if you are overseas, just tell me if you want to enter anyway, and if I decide I can't do it, just let me know where you are, so that I know. And I might have to, if I decide I can't send it overseas, I might have to not put your name in, but hopefully I can. I don't think it's too heavy. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, probably.
But do you know, short sight is such an obvious thing, or even hairdryer. Yes, yeah. I'll do that as well. Yeah, thank you. That's such an obvious suggestion. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Because
I've got some ideas as to why you didn't think of it.
Just keep them to yourself. And don't anybody go watching that clip that Tom's put in the live stream follow along.
Whatever you do, don't go to the live stream follow along and watch the video titled Little Old Lady Scared of Plank.
If you don't like bad language. God, can't believe you shared that, you pig. Right. Hey Renee, I never said hello to Renee. Hello, goodbye. Thanks for joining us, everybody. No, Raz, and it's about time we saw you streaming again too, Raz.
Oh, don't worry, Raz. I'll put the clips of you fighting the vase boss.
Yes,
and
that should go in as well.
Thing.
If anybody's going to watch mine, they should watch yours as well. Right, okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a lovely time. I'll see you again on Saturday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time this Saturday. Arty Farty Party. Bye. Perhaps I'll actually be making a rainbow dream catcher by then. For catching rainbow dreams. Completely